Hey, how's it going, everyone? Myself, Fredo Cervantes, here with the Sporting Tribune. We got the one and only WWE NXT champion, Mr. Trick Williams.
Yes,
How you
sir.
doing,
Yes,
Trick?
sir. The one and only Trick Willie and the Billy. Let's talk about it.
Yes, sir. Welcome. It's time to whoop that trick, right?
Yes, sir. It is the whoop that era.
Yes, yes, that's right. So first of all, I want to talk about that trend right there because the moment we talk about Trick Williams, we always hear the trend of, how did that come about? It's time to whoop that trick there, as all the fans are always letting you know about it.
Oh man, to be honest, it happened organically. Man, it was back in the early 2.0 days when I was still rocking with Mello. And
Mhm.
we would go out for his entrance and people would be chanting whoop that trick. Now I didn't know what that meant, if it was with me or against me or with us or what exactly that meant. But I noticed when I hit a move, it seemed to be like a term of endearment. So I'm like, okay, this is a good thing. So now I started to embrace it, and what that trick is taking off even more and more and more. So yeah, man. I mean, I know it
That, that,
starts. Yeah,
that,
movie Hustle and Flow. It's probably 20 some years old, but originated in Memphis. A guy named Al Capone who wrote the original song. He's reached out to me and gave me the blessing to use the chant and everything. So, man, it's just a win-win situation.
well, talking about win-win situations, we got NXT champion Trick Williams here. As he looks ahead to NXT Battleground in Las Vegas this Sunday night. It's going to be an amazing night, but I want to talk about your preparation and your emotions as you look ahead to the week of the big match.
Yeah, man. I mean, up to this point, I don't know who my challenger would be. I know Ethan Page tried to skip the line, jump onto our show, and take out the champ. He must have bumped his head. Somebody done told him wrong. Don't worry about it. We're gonna fix that. But up to this point, still haven't been told who my challenger will be. So honestly, I'm just doing what I do and just staying on top of my game. Staying in the gym, staying in the ring, staying in tip top shape so I can put on a show regardless.
Yeah, so right now to kind of rewind a little bit for some of the people that may not know much about Trick Williams, let's talk about your football career because before you got into the ring, you were out on the football field. Talk to me about your love for football and how that kind of started for you.
Yeah, man, I've been playing football. Well, I played football from the age of 4 all the way to 25, if I'm not
Wow.
mistaken. From Little League, my first touchdown was for the wrong team. I ran backwards and not forward.
No way.
Yeah, man, 4-year-old Trick Williams running the wrong way. But
Oh my Lord.
I always loved the game, man. Like I always, my pops played football and it's kind of partial to me. Um, and I played all the way to Hampton University, transferred University of South Carolina Gamecocks. Shout out to Steve Spurrier, and then made my way to the Philadelphia Eagles, where I got cut from the Eagles and didn't know exactly what was next for me. And that's when I found myself, wrestling in a WWE tryout. I didn't get accepted right away. They didn't offer me a contract, but they told me to keep pursuing wrestling and then bring me back for another tryout. That's what I did until COVID broke out. Then I moved to California and I continued to train at Knox Pro with Rikishi until I got another tryout and then been wrestling ever since.
Wow. And did you love wrestling growing up? Was it something you were into, or was it just something that kind of came on the table for you at the right time after, getting cut by the Eagles?
Absolutely. I mean, man, I was watching wrestling since the Attitude Era. I stopped as I got a little bit older. But yeah, man, my first cuss word, man, I opened a can of whoop ass at about 3 years old. So,
Oh my.
true story. So, like I was Stone Cold. Stone Cold was my favorite, and The Rock. And yeah, man, that's what we did. But as football became more demanding on the schedule, like trying to get recruited, me trying to make it to the NFL and stuff like that. Just wasn't into wrestling as much.
So Stone Cold, The Rock were two of your favorite wrestlers growing up.
Yeah, Stone Cold, The Rock, Booker T, Triple H, Edge, all those guys.
And how is it now kind of working, with Triple H and everyone around just the WWE universe?
Man, it's unreal, man. I mean, like, because you grow up, being from where I'm from, you didn't really know how to get into the business. Like, it's just something that you just watch from afar and you appreciate it. when they came in town, he was lucky enough to maybe get some tickets and go to a show. But like, you know, never once did somebody tell me how to get into the business or like, oh, there's things you can do to pursue it. So, when that became an option for me, I was like, oh wow, like this is crazy. Like, it wasn't that I wouldn't have done it. I just never knew how to do it per se. So now that I pursued it and experienced some great success along the journey, man, it's just awesome to, meet some of my heroes face to face.
That's amazing. So right, out of those wrestlers right there, I'm sure you loved a lot of the people from the Attitude Era because that was arguably one of the best times in WWE history there. But who did you kind of like, resemblance in your kind of work ethic, your wrestling moves, and your entrance because you're so energetic. Your charisma on the ring, on behind the mic is just amazing there.
Thank you. But ultimately, man, like you could probably see a piece of me in like a lot of the guys who I admire because like when you're young, you're very impressionable. So when you see these people that you look up to, like a piece of them, you know, stays with you. So when you grow up, you're like, man, I don't know why I talk like this. It's probably because you really enjoyed watching so and so talk like this back in the day. So what I mean, I'm sure you know Trick Williams is just a culmination of everything that I thought was cool when I was a young child.
That's amazing, Sarah. So look, check this out. You talked about the moment that you kind of went to Shawn Michaels and you let him know, like, hey, look, I'm ready. I want the ball. Like, let me have it. And what did Shawn Michaels originally tell you there?
And he told me no. He told me, you're doing great at what you're doing, which is working alongside Carmelo Hayes. And then he proceeded to tell me that a lot of guys ask for the ball, but they're not ready for it. And if he gives me an opportunity that I'm not ready for it, I may be sitting on the bench for a while. So, that's what he told me. And then, you know, decided, maybe he decided it was time, maybe a few weeks later after that. And from there, man, the rest is honestly is history. And been taking off since.
And knowing when you were a young kid, because normally you watch it on television and you see these superstars like The Rock, Stone Cold winning championships after championships and just having a lot of success. And then now you fast forward 20 years later or so, 2025, you look at it yourself, like now there's kids watching you have the success on the ring and stuff like that. Like, what would you tell a young kid right now if you had the opportunity to let them know how they can kind of pursue their dreams and you never know where you'll be in years to come?
I would tell the young kid, take a chance on yourself. You have to have confidence in yourself, and if you want something out of life, if you want to make it, see yourself doing something, incredible. And the difference between you making it there and not is maybe you moving, maybe you opening your mouth and asking for an opportunity. You got to do what you got to do to get that opportunity. Because as I look at my life, man, like first and foremost is God, and secondly, like man, it's literally been taking a chance on myself back to back to back to back to back. I ain't saying every single time was a yes, but every single time it got me closer to where I'm supposed to be. So my biggest thing is, hey, you got to take a chance on yourself, believe in yourself, and if it's in your heart, it's in your heart for a reason. Stand on that.
That's great. So we got right now NXT champion, the one and only Trick Williams here with the Sporting Tribune. Last question before I let you go here. Your birthday just passed. You just turned 30 years old on May 26th. Oh, yeah, let's not spread the word out there
I'm
on your
here,
age.
bro.
But tell me a little bit about how you kind of experienced your birthday and what did you do to celebrate that?
Man, it's crazy. I went to my family's house in South Carolina, and I literally spent time with my family and went to sleep. Like, I've been ripping and running for a good bit, and I got Memorial Weekend off. Thank you for all the military veterans. Thank you for your service. And on their day, which happened to be my birthday, I went to sleep, relax.
Oh, that's good. Well, I hope you get a lot more sleep this week as you look forward for your, upcoming match. You still don't know who you will be fighting. Of course, everyone don't miss WWE NXT Battleground this Sunday night, live from Las Vegas. Trick, good luck out there, and we'll talk soon.
Hey, appreciate you, dog. Thank you.
Thank you, Trick.